What if you are allergic to budgies?
Since these colorful little companions add some extra value to life, but what if you're allergic to your budgie? It sounds awful, but a budgie can cause serious allergic reactions if you're prone to it. If you're an allergic pet lover, then you'll get to know about all the essentials required if you're planning to buy a budgie or if you're already having one. Most birds, including parrots, produce a powder-like substance between their feathers and skin when they flap or shed their feathers. This dust is usually referred to as dander. These are very fine particles and very lightweight, which are more likely to travel through the air and persist for an interval. Now, if you get in contact with that dander by touching or inhaling, then this causes some allergic reactions. Alveolitis is a lung disease that causes inflammation of the alveoli and bronchioles. These are the air sacs and spaces within the lungs. The main culprit behind this are the allergies in avian dust, which are inhaled by the owner with such occupations. There are many medicines, which are usually prescribed by the physician, but they hold many side effects and health risks, though they are proved to help reduce the symptoms. The most common practice you can do is to use air filtering masks and gloves, etc. Because when you inhale the dust or dander, or if you touch the droppings while handling or playing with your pet, the allergens are more likely to worsen your symptoms of allergies. Parakeet dander pneumoconiosis is not that different from allergic alveolitis, but it could more seriously damage the lungs and becomes fatal at some stage of life. It occurs by inhaling dust produced by parakeet feathers. The allergens, or tiny particles, get deep into the lungs, traveling through pores within the walls of the lungs. The severity depends on the size and shape of the dust particles and the persistence as well. There is no particular treatment for this, as well though you can prevent yourself from getting infected by doing a few things, such as wash your hands, face, and all exposed areas of your skin you think got in contact with dander before eating, drinking, or touching any solid surface, because there are more chances for allergens to get embedded in or on different surfaces and persist long and can transfer from one person to another. Wear a mask while working or cleaning your parakeet surrounding, and ensure to use an air filtering mask that works on allergens or dander. Make sure to clean your clothes and dispose of all the dust properly. Do not use napkins or towels over and over to keep yourself away from allergens. If you're a smoker, then this could be killed in a very early stage as you're already facing breathing issues. The smoke of cigarettes can make it more worse, so it's recommended to quit smoking. Psittacosis, also known as parrot fever, and ornithosis is a zoonotic infectious disease in humans caused by a bacterium called Chlamydia fistacii and contracted from infected parrots, such as macaws, cockatiels, and budgerigars, pigeons, sparrows, ducks, hens, gulls, and many other species of birds. It transfers to humans through the fecal or other droppings of parrots. The dander is infected parrots also carries the bacterium and transmits it through the air. Parrots act as the vectors of the Chlamydia psittaci. For treating psittacosis, many antibiotics and oral therapies are used, like tetracyclines or doxycycline. Things to consider while petting a parakeet. You don't need to leave your pet aside for sure, but there are some preventative measures you can follow to keep yourself healthy and safe. It's really hard to eradicate the problem from the core, but you can make it possible if you add some simple steps in your routine to improve the quality of life and keeping a more hygienic environment in check. Letting your parakeet bathe or shower itself can help reduce the amount of dander produced, so are the allergens. Rest assured to clean and sanitize the cage and all the surroundings your parakeet stays in. Clean all the containers and all the floor of the cage as well. Wash your hands soon after you play or clean your Budgie's cage. Avoid touching your eyes, skin, or nose to prevent any kind of infection caused by allergens. Dander or feather dust comprises of very tiny particles and stays in the air, HEPA filters are recommended to tackle this problem because these filters absorb tiny particles more efficiently than the other filters. You should also ventilate your rooms regularly to improve the quality of air. Once you're done cleaning the Budgie's room, you also need to clean your room as well. Clean the furniture and floor regularly to remove all the dust and dander. Leather is more preferable to fabric because the dust sometimes gets absorbed into the fabric, while can easily be wiped off of leather surfaces. If you're allergic, then try to avoid carpets or rugs because allergens are more likely to embed in surfaces like this and are then harder to clean and get rid of. It's often harder to decide before petting any bird or animal in general. The trend of petting birds is reaching the height day by day, and every individual loves to have a pet to make their life more cheerful and joyful. Before taming a bird, it's crucial to do research about it. How to get to know if you're allergic. All the birds produce dander, that is a powder or dusty substance when the birds flap their wing or shed their feathers. Some of the species have a preening gland near the tail region and vitamin D, which helps them to moisturize their bodies, or sometimes dander produces from the old shedding feathers. Few species of parrots, like African greys, cockatoo, and cockatiels, are producing more dander, which is of more powdery form, while some species, like a budgie, parakeet, or a few other, produce dander that is more of oily form. If you're allergic to birds, then you should choose budgies as pet birds, not for the reason that they don't make any dust or dander, but for the reason that they produce less dander compared to African greys, cockatoo, or Amazons. Because the less your pet produces dander, the less you're prone to get allergies. You can check if you're allergic to budgies or not. You can spend some time where most of the birds are kept, like pet shops, farms, or any of your friends having the bird of your interest.
And that's it. Thank you all for watching, Budgie Nation. I hope I will see you in my next video. Thank you, members, for your amazing support. I would be grateful if you could spare a moment to check out my previous Budgie video and consider subscribing.